Hi, thank you for watching Digging to China. I'm Dong Shang. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much. You probably know this already. For foreign enterprises, the legal and the regulatory risk of doing business in China is high. Now it is getting higher, a lot higher. The China Securities Regulatory Commission is implementing changes to its rules governing publicly offered securities investment funds. These rules include requiring foreign-owned fund managers such as BlackRock and Fidelity to create Communist Party sales when operating in China. Yeah, you heard me right. Funds like BlackRock, Fidelity have to set up Communist Party sales when operating in China. It is no surprise there are party sales in state-owned enterprises. It is even no surprise there are party sales in privately owned Chinese enterprises in China. But foreign-owned investment funds? As a matter of fact, China analysts have been warning since 2018 that such rules could soon apply to foreign-owned companies operating through Chinese joint ventures. In fact, since 2016, Xi Jinping has pushed for state-run companies and subsidiaries of foreign-owned companies to establish sales through the provisions of the Chinese Communist Party's Articles of Association. 2 years ago, the General Office of the Communist Party's Central Committee issued a statement titled Opinion on Strengthening the United Front Work of the Private Economy in the New Era. It called on the nation's United Front Work departments to strengthen their involvement in corporate governance. In response, the European Chamber of Commerce in China cautioned that the strengthening of the role of party sales would have a considerable impact on business sentiment and could lead foreign companies to reconsider future and even current investments in China. But Western financial firms piled into China anyway. Why? Because the prospect of high returns was so attractive, and they were advised by Chinese contacts that engagement with the Communist Party is the price of doing business. Since 2018, foreign businessmen have reported being approached by the party about the establishment of party sales. It is true that in the past, party sales in private companies were largely decorative if they existed at all, and the foreign joint ventures were mostly exempted. But that has changed radically under Xi, as the CCP has extended and strengthened its role into every aspect of life in China. Within companies, the party must be consulted on every major decision. Companies are effectively under party guidance, and the party is the arbiter of whether a company thrives or dies. Some Chinese companies have even amended their Articles of Association to say that in key corporate decisions, the board of directors shall first seek for the opinion of the leading party group of the company. According to Financial Times report, HSBC has become the first foreign lender to install a CCP committee in its investment banking subsidiary in China. While neither confirming or denying the report, an HSBC statement played down the importance of the sales, saying they do not influence the direction of the business. This is simply wrong. Su Wei, a professor at a party school in Chongqing, has stated, party sales are set up to make sure the company's operations are in line with the principles and the policies of the CCP. Xiao Yaqing, who heads the State Assets Supervision and Administration Commission, has said party leadership plays an important role in team building and corporate governance. In the case of HSBC, a party sale potentially gives the CCP access to sensitive client data as well as to strategic business decisions that might have implications well beyond China. HSBC is headquartered in London but makes most of its profit in Hong Kong. It has ambitious plans to expand across China and is no stranger to controversy. In 2021, it publicly supported Beijing's draconian national security law, which crushed the liberties in Hong Kong even before the text had been published. It was also accused of freezing the accounts of Hong Kong democracy activists and organizations at the direction of the police. The bank refused to comment on individual accounts, but has always insisted that it must abide by the laws of whatever jurisdiction it is operating in. Western companies investing heavily in China often dismissed stakeholder concerns about forced labor or human rights violations, arguing that their duty is to their shareholders. Now, other than shareholders, they have to answer to Communist Party officials. These companies are exposed to unprecedented risks. If you are the investor or you have your pension funds invested in such corporations, do you trust the company boards that they are making strategic decisions based on commercial judgment or at the direction of Communist Party officials? What about forced technology transfers from foreign-owned companies to Chinese subsidiaries and theft of intellectual property and personal data? Given the deteriorating relationship between the West and Beijing, as well as the prospect of military operations against Taiwan, the risks are much higher now. China is fast becoming a minefield for foreign businesses. Many are deciding that doing business in China is now more hassle than it is worth. They are weighing reputational risks as well as the growing practical risks of operating amid endless COVID-19 lockdowns and in an environment that is increasingly hostile to foreign businesses. If Western financial firms responsible for billions of pensioners' savings are compromised and are forced to accept a Chinese Communist Party sale as the price of continued access to Chinese markets, their boards would be compelled to seek advice from the party on strategic decisions. Chinese domestic political risks would quickly be exported to the Western financial industry. That does not bode well for any Western financial firms. Thank you for watching. Please leave a comment and subscribe to my channel. Just click the subscribe button right here. I'll see you again shortly. Until then, be well.